I think about it. I haven't talked about it in the public square, but one of the biggest changes that's happened to me in the last year, it was right around after the June 4th rally in Portland. Okay, you guys remember that insanity, all right? Right after that, I met someone, and he helped me understand that we spend all our time talking to God, but we don't spend any time listening, okay? We constantly tell him what we want, what we're thinking, all this stuff. We're constantly trying to talk to him, but he's sitting there yelling at us all the time, and we don't listen. Okay, and I've slowly been trying to learn how to listen and trust the images and the things that I hear, and it's changed my life, okay? And one of the things that I was talking about earlier is about walking with Jesus as much as you can, okay? You accept him in your heart, but that's just the beginning, okay? And there's been so many times, I'm going to give you guys a quick story which I haven't talked about in the public, but one of the things that happened to me is I was praying to God after Charlottesville. I was praying to God. I said, God, we gotta expose the lies about Antifa, because Antifa was setting themselves up to be some heroes and they're using the politicians. I said, God, we gotta expose this. We gotta expose this. We have to help people understand that it's not people on the streets marching for freedom. They're not racist. They're not hateful, right? And so I remember it was like a couple days later. I had a rally scheduled in San Francisco a couple days later, and all of a sudden my phone just starts ringing off the hook like crazy. Like all these reporters are like, "Oh, so you're white supremacists? Like you're having a white supremacist rally down in San Francisco?" Like Nancy Pelosi came out, and a bunch of politicians in coordination came out and just started saying, "I'm a white supremacist. Tiny's a white supremacist. Will Johnson's white, who's black, is a white supremacist." They told the media that we're having a white supremacist rally in San Francisco, and I was like, "What the heck are you doing, God?" It made no sense to me. He allowed them to pile up. He piled up the lies. He piled up the bullshit. Excuse the language. He let them, the politicians and the media, pile it up so high, right? So high, and it was pretty overwhelming for me. I couldn't. It was hard. Like there was family, friends who thought that I was a white supremacist up in Vancouver. Like it was difficult. It was a lot of pressure. There was a couple times where I was getting pissed. I was pissed at God. I said, I want to expose the truth, not like multiply the lies. And I said, I started to lose my mind a little bit. It was overwhelming, okay? And I kind of stopped walking with Jesus there for a little bit, but then I said, Jesus, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to know, okay? And it was cancel the rally. And I was like, hell no, I'm not canceling the rally. There's no way. Patriot Prayer never cancels the rallies, ever. We always stand tall. We always go through it no matter what, okay? And so then like a day later, I'm like, God, what do you want me to know? Yeah, cancel the rally. Hell no, not going to do it. It was like a week straight. I got a constant pull. It was, Joey, cancel the rally. Cancel the rally. Finally, we had decided to cancel the rally. And I understand now, looking back on it, they had the whole thing set up so it was going to be a huge riot, okay? And they're going to make Antifa to be these heroes, okay? Now, long story short, basically what we decided to do is kind of expose the mass hysteria. So I would say, hey, we're having a news conference at this park, and then 1,000 people in San Francisco would show up like a mob, right? They would fence it down. There's police everywhere. We'd say we're in one spot. They would just show up like a complete mob. We're exposing the mass hysteria. We ended up having a press conference, and all the speakers were there. We had a black man, a Samoan, a Japanese, a Mexican, and one white person. He's sometimes Mexican, right? And all the media, you should have seen the look on the media's face. All the local media, they all thought we were white supremacists, and we had like black speaker, Mexican speaker, Japanese. We even had a transsexual. It was hilarious. And they were so confused, and it was a beautiful moment. We got to expose the truth, okay? But here's the thing now. Berkeley, the next day, all right, I wake up. There's a huge rally that's supposed to happen in Berkeley. Thousands of protesters. Catherine was talking about this. I woke up that morning. I said, God, walk with me today. Let's expose the lies. Let's bring out the truth, okay? And so I woke up that morning. I had no what I was going to do. Tiny was with me. Pete was with me. And we drove to that park, that Berkeley park, and it was insane. There were thousands of protesters all over the place. It was insane. There were people that wanted to kill us. They wanted to murder us. Seriously, we had a bunch of veterans with us, and we got out of the car. I just got out. I just started walking. I said, Jesus, walk with me. I turned around, and Tiny and Pete are right behind me. They don't even question anything. And probably 12 blocks straight, I said, Jesus, walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. We walked in there, went with our hands up. We took a beating. Other people were in there, took a beating. A lot of people took a beating that day, but no one fought back, okay? And it exposed, like, where the real hate is. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is when you don't need huge crowds to expose the truth. You don't need huge crowds. It only takes asking Jesus to guide you. He said cancel the rally, so you got to listen, so we cancel the rally. He said march in that park, so we listened. We marched in the park with 3 people, okay? And the very next day, Nancy Pelosi finally disavowed Antifa. The mayor of Berkeley disavowed. The mayor of Berkeley, seriously, I guarantee you the mayor of Berkeley was probably masked up at one of the rallies before. Like, he loves Antifa. He called them a gang, okay? And so that's the thing. The message I'm trying to send to you guys, though, is that we spend all our time praying, but we don't spend enough time listening, okay? We got to listen, and we got to believe the messages that he sends us. And I'm telling you, it's moments like that when I do walk with Jesus and I do listen, that's when you actually have an impact, but it's not done your way. It's done a different way, okay? Let God pile up the BS. Let him pile up all that crap, and we can knock it down, okay? But you got to follow his directions, okay?